What's going on, guys? Welcome to the weekly live chat. I do this every single Wednesday now at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you join me every single Wednesday. Used to be 6 p.m., but now I've decided I've been late way too many times, even though I'm a few minutes late today, but I had OBS issues. I'll be doing this every single Wednesday now at 8 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you remember that if you're watching the stream. It's the Wednesday after UFC 284, Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. There is plenty to talk about in terms of that. I'm getting tired of beating a dead horse, but I'm sure we're going to talk about the decision ad nauseum. We can talk about the Dan Hooker story some more in relation to Islam Makhachev. And also I want to talk about, and I'm going to start either tonight or probably tomorrow evening. I've been wanting to get it done sooner, but I just haven't had an opportunity yet for my UFC 285 videos, starting off with top 3 things I hate about UFC 285, top 3 things I love about UFC 285. They should be out tomorrow and Friday. I would say each of those videos, one each day. Not 100% sure. It all depends what kind of news comes out. You guys aren't going to believe this. Last night I was up till about 5 a.m. making YouTube videos, and then I woke up at 7:30. So that's actually why I'm a few minutes late, because I took a nap. I slept from about maybe 6:30 to 7:45 Eastern time, and then I just took a shower right before I jumped on here to kind of wake up a little bit. But yeah, I'm working on limited sleep just to pump out quality content for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. Do me a favor, if you have not yet liked the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're watching for the first time or you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so there you go. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. And I'm sure, we'll talk about plenty to do with Islam Makhachev. Shout out to the guys who've been watching my recent videos. My recent videos have been blowing up from my channel. The reason MMA fans won't accept Islam Makhachev's win at 287, over 6,000 views at this point, okay? The other video about Islam potentially cheating, almost to 10,000 views. It's creeping up on 10,000 views. The robbery video where I go over the fight in depth, over 8,000 views. So the channel is growing pretty good. We're at 7,343 subscribers, which is awesome. We're cruising to 8,000. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching those videos. It means a lot. And commenting on them too. I haven't even been able to read all the comments because the comments have been kind of crazy. And I haven't had a chance to really siphon through them. What's up, Patty Mills? What's up, Anthony? My day was good. How was yours? What's up, Constantly Growing? Joey here to help me with work grind. Appreciate you. Appreciate you as well, my friend. Or no, I was saying appreciate you. I'm dumb. And then I said, I'm talking to myself at this point. Thanks for streaming tonight, Joey. I'm having a pretty shitty day. Some weirdo leaked and sent me a Scream 6 spoiler of the killer and ruined the movie for me. Look, I'd be pissed. I think it's really rude when people ruin movies. But let's be honest. Scream 6, is it really going to be all that great? No. It's going to be the same shit they've been putting on for years. Hey, Joey, how do you think Jack Della Maddalena versus Wonderboy would go in 5? I think Wonderboy would light him up on the feet badly. Badly. I was one of the very few picking... I talk shit about Wonderboy all the time, like kind of joking around, but I'm serious as well. I was one of the few to pick him over Kevin Holland. And he went out there and absolutely styled on Kevin Holland. And, yeah. So, I think Jack Della Maddalena would have a shot, but he's going to have trouble closing that distance. Did you get any backlash for the Islam fight? I'm sure I did, but I haven't really been reading. There's been too many comments. I've been busy doing shit. So, I haven't really paid attention too much. But I've been getting harassed on Twitter left and right because of some of the tweets I put out. I haven't read all the responses, but I've been getting a lot of responses saying, dude, you're an idiot, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But I don't care about that type of stuff. It doesn't bother me any. I'm so done with this. All this Islam Volk stuff. Can we move on already? It's crazy how people But I guess I'm doing it too. But it's just because the community in general is talking about it, so I have to do it. But I know what you mean. It's so annoying. Dude, I know you don't attack other channels, but if there was ever a time, it would be against the guru for the borderline libel he put out against the weasel. I've seen some people talking about it in the Discord. I'm not 100% sure. I'm assuming libel means video, borderline video. Yeah, I don't know, dude. There's a lot of people out there, and I don't know if it particularly is super relevant to what you're trying to say. But what happens is there's a lot of people who are obsessed with the weasel, right? You can go back and find shit on my channel from a year and a half ago saying like, dude, I don't care what the weasel thinks. I don't watch the weasel. I'm a hardcore MMA fan for 13 years. I barely even knew of the weasel before I started the channel. Barely ever knew of him. There are certain people within the MMA community that will use weasel as a god to back up their opinion on a fight if he sides with them. The second he does not side with them, all of a sudden he's biased. So I've had plenty of people say, go watch the Weasel's breakdown. Watch the Weasel's breakdown for every other fight. I don't give a fuck what he has to say. I don't care. I have my own two eyes. I have my own opinion. We're giving opinions here. And it's just so dumb. It's so stupid how people will say, you know, you have go look at the video, this and that. And then the second he goes against their opinion, all of a sudden now, well, he's biased. He's clearly biased because he doesn't agree with me now. But when he agrees with you, he's a god. It's super annoying. What's up, Joey? It's been a while. Good to see you. What's up, Sebastian? Hope you're doing well. Hey guys, kind of off topic, but just wanted to say love y'all. Please turn to Jesus. He's your only way out. The time is drawing near, my friends. Okay, that's a little bit crazy, but appreciate the support. Do you still think Conor's Ultimate Fighter news was to distract people from his lawsuit? Partially. I'm still going to be shocked if he actually records all of it. I'm still going to be shocked, to be honest. It's some of the most salacious shit I've seen where he is verifiably essentially lies a couple times in the video. Doesn't surprise me, dude. There's a lot of people out there that do that type of shit. Try to twist everything. Fight Study Channel broke down the fight perfectly. 4-1 Islam beyond any debate. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear Islam won. Again, I think operating on one live view, I don't think it would be a robbery to give it to Volkanovski. But going back and combing over the details, I think Islam Makhachev clearly won. Just confirmed Sadyukab released. Bullshit. That's so dumb. That is unbelievably dumb. I also, to go back to this whole, Weasel bullshit, decision bullshit, which I don't even know what his decision is. I think somebody was talking about in the Discord. I think they were saying Weasel thinks Islam won or some shit. I didn't watch the video. I don't care to watch the video. I find it really weird. Like, I give you guys my opinions. I just find it really weird how people are like sycophants for MMA YouTubers. Like, that's extremely weird. Like, I'm not ever trying to force my opinion on you. If my point of view can change your opinion, fine. But you're entitled to your own opinion. I find it really weird that there's certain people that just worship the ground, certain YouTubers walk on. I mean, literally, let me go look up this comment I got from a couple days ago. Let me go, because it keeps crossing my mind as we're talking about this. Let me look this up. When I did my robbery video, of course, they didn't spell it. Comments. Okay, let's search the Weasel. Okay, let's see. Why did that... Are we connected or what? Okay. Something happened there. It lagged out for a second. I don't know what was going on. Alright, so here's a comment I got from the other day on my robbery video. So you're going to tell me you didn't... This is from 2 days ago, 3 days ago? I believe this is from Monday or Sunday. It's from Sunday. So you're going to tell me you didn't watch The Weasel? Please don't lie. You did. Or did you? I said, no, I didn't. I don't care what he has to say. People take everything he says as a gospel. Islam 132 or 41 in my opinion, and some YouTuber who doesn't show his face isn't going to change my mind. That is my problem. I know the last remark really was irrelevant to that some YouTuber did. It's like, I don't need to watch someone else's opinion and then pretend it's gospel. If you guys want to, look at my opinion and say, "Oh, okay, I kind of agree with Joey. I can see where he's coming from." Okay, that's fine. But don't sit here and start worshiping some dude like, "Oh, well, he said this, so it must be true," and use it as evidence when it fits your cause. It's just like the whole stats scenario. People discuss the stats when it fits their cause. The second it does not, the second it goes against the narrative they're trying to set, well, these stats are rigged. These stats don't make any sense. But when it fits their whatever narrative they're pushing, then it makes sense. You will never see me do these types of things. I have said in the past on multiple occasions, I don't give a fuck what this guy has to say or that guy has to say. The second that person agrees with me, I'm not going to be saying, look what this guy thinks. Imagine someone saying, Joey doesn't know fuck all about MMA. He's an idiot. He doesn't know shit. The second I say something they agree with and I'm vehemently defending it, all of a sudden they're like, check him out. He knows what he's talking about. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Every time it disconnects, it seems like it does that. I don't know why it does that. That's so annoying. And I'm just seeing this now. Every time it somehow randomly disconnects and reconnects, I got to figure something out about this because it's really pissing me off. And I don't know if this is YouTube or what, but I notice it's always right after the internet disconnects. But thank you, Billy. Thank you, Billy, for the $2 super chat and let me know. I hope everything's all right. If the audio is glitching for you for any reason, just shut down the stream and reopen it. That's the best way to do. But I'm never gonna, you shouldn't be worshiping any YouTuber, let alone an MMA YouTuber. That's the weirdest shit I ever heard. So, okay, you said libel. Okay, I see. I'm scrolling down here. I'm trying to catch up. But, yeah, we'll get to it here in a second. Just confirms. Yeah, I think it's disgusting. Saad Cobb is released. It's terrible. I mean, he was about to beat Saeed Nurmagomedov, and now they cut him. I can't believe so many people siding with Guru in this. I don't even know. I don't even pay attention to this shit because I don't watch MMA YouTube at all. The Max Volk fight argument will last all the way to the next pay-per-view, and possibly. You mean the Volk Islam argument? Oh, Makhachev, I guess you're saying. I thought you said Max for a second, and then I see a K. Come on, Joe. You're hating on Scream 6, but you're going to go see Cocaine Bear. Yeah, I'm going to go see Cocaine Bear just because the UFC shoved it down my throat repeatedly. There's some weird clown on Twitter who I've removed as a follower multiple times if you're watching this stream. Dude is so pressed. Tweeting to me all the time. He goes and finds my Twitter. Look, I've removed this follower. He's going to go follow me again. What a weirdo. He keeps saying, hey, you said McGregor used PEDs and you had no evidence to back it up. Well, McGregor admittedly using PEDs. Okay, so shut up, dude. Nobody outside of his cult-like following but he has a massive following that makes him seem like everyone agrees with him and they just comment more. I don't know. It's bizarre. It's a bizarre situation, to be quite honest. People's obsession with YouTubers in general. JDM can probably out-wrestle Wonderboy. Maybe. Did JDM wrestle in middle school or elementary? If that's the case, then Wonderboy ain't taking the fight anyway. I can't believe we're getting a Jones fight soon. Fingers crossed it doesn't get fudged up. I am with you 150%. Please, please, please don't get fudged up. Could O'Malley or Corey do anything against Yair? No. I think Yair would smoke both O'Malley and Corey Sandhagen. Joey, do Indians and Arabs have the best beard genetics? I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe. How would Sadiq versus TKZ go? I don't know. TKZ is a shell of his former self at this point. But I'm not high on Sadiq. At one point, I was kind of high on him. I'll go TKZ by TKO. Even Brendan Schaub and Joe Rogan called it a robbery live the second it happened. Well, there you go. You know they're two fucking idiots. Why is it that you're willing to say the Dagestani fans are crazy and at the opposite, people hate Islam for being Muslim? Because both can be true. Are you that dumb? Both can be true. Just because one's true doesn't make the other not true. Okay? I don't know. You answered your own question there. I don't know if there was a question in lied there. I'm willing to say whatever the hell I want. I don't care. Everyone can unsubscribe. I will never get on here and just sit here and just try to push a narrative because I like a certain fighter. I'm just saying what I believe to be factual, okay? If it's going to piss every single subscriber on this channel off, I don't care. I'm not going to be one of these people who is just trying to, oh, I love this fighter or hate this fighter, so I'm going to push this certain narrative and try to convince the people who watch me to believe what I'm saying. No, I'm going to say what I think. If it's unpopular, I did that video on Islam Makhachev, and just because of the thumbnail and title, people are commenting unsub. Well, good riddance. I don't give a fuck. You're either going to like total honesty and the ability to try to be as unbiased as possible, or you're not. If you don't want that, then go watch somebody else. I'm not sitting here begging you. I'm not sitting here begging you to stick around if you don't want to watch. I don't want you to watch if you don't want to watch. So that's always going to be me. I'm always going to give you my honest opinion, even if it pisses even if every person in this chat doesn't like what I have to say. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to try to appeal to the masses or the cult-like following fan bases. People are going to be like, why'd you say this? La, 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 la. I don't care. I say what I believe to be true, and that's it. Okay, I see what you mean, liable. Yeah, I read that. But the way you worded it before, I know what liable means, but the way it was placed really didn't make any sense. Joey, I think Volkanovski gets 2 solid defenses in this year. We could see a rematch with Islam if he beats Rodriguez and then defends his belt against Allen. I want to see a rematch. I want to see a rematch too, but not right away. They should each go defend their belts and not hold up their division. Like, you can legit see the damage Volk put on Islam, but Volk only got one. That's besides the point. That's literally irrelevant. That's literally irrelevant. Who's to say all that damage? Not that I'm making this argument, but I'm saying who's to say all that damage didn't happen in the 5th round? Also, damage is not just visible damage. How would Biggie Boy versus Tabora go? Tybura? Biggie Boy would smash him. I wonder what the controversy UFC 285 has in hold of us. They'll probably say Jon Jones got a robbery decision. That's coming up next. Joey, what are your thoughts on Drew Dober? He's got a hell of a chin. I kind of wanted to see him step in and fight Jalen Turner, but I think Mateusz Gamrot's a much better matchup. Turner-Gamrot is a way better matchup. Should have been that from the first place. Do you think that'll be a feature fight? I don't know what it'll be, but damn, it's good. I'll be damned if that ain't a great fight. Joe, I like how people like to switch up saying Volk got robbed, but then it are the same people that said Max won the second fight with Volk. I know. It's craziness. It's absolutely craziness. Jim Miller, Alex Hernandez, who you got? I can't see Alex winning, but is he the favorite? Probably Alex Hernandez, but I'm praying Jim Miller wins. Turner's ducking Dober. Okay. Don't you think this makes Islam's future fights more interesting? Yes, it does. Did you check out the new recent feature fight on 286? Barf. What is it? Yo, Joey, hope all is well. Appreciate it. And I find it really disrespectful from the UFC not putting Islam on the pound-for-pound #1. Basically, the UFC fake promoted 284 because that's the only... Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Those rankings are meaningless. They're participation trophies. So... Do you think DC will commentate 285? Yes. Dudes just like to argue about nothing on social media, so cringe. Agreed. Okay. Catching up to this. I'm so annoyed about that mic thing. I got to figure out what's going on. Why it's glitching out. Joey, Islam just ended 2 of the longest winning streaks in 4 months. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And he gets no respect for it. People just act like, oh, he got beat up by a bum. These are the same people complaining about Islam's performance that were saying he didn't fight any good, decent competition, that he was beating up all scrubs. So, yeah. I ain't taking a faceless YouTuber seriously. Yeah. And, whether you're just putting out still images or you're recording your videos in 480p, in my opinion, you have no credibility, okay? It is what it is. You're just putting up still images. You're recording in 480p, one or the other. You're basically a faceless person at that point anyway because it's so pixelated. I watch every fight I'm interested in slow motion because I want to see it for myself. Fair enough. What's up, Joey? If Jorge Masvidal gets a finish with his Gilbert Burns fight, will his stock go up by a lot or a little? I think it'll go up a decent amount. I don't think it'll go crazy, but it'll go up a little bit. BK, have it your way. Yeah, they'll be like, our thoughts and prayers go out to Damar Hamlin. He's in ICU right now getting his heart checked out. We're unsure. We'll update you as soon as we have an update. But our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. Whopper, 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 Jr. Joey, did you see an influx of Islam haters once you tweeted out stuff regarding his striking? Yes. 100%. Is it me or was Makhachev really looked drained and weak before going into the ring with Volk? Not the same when he went to Charles compared to someone who's 145 and building 10 more pounds easily. I don't know. I'd never try to be like a social media doctor here. But I don't know. He looked like, I remember thinking he had a little bit of weird look on his face, but I can't say he looked drained. Yair's way too big for him. Yeah, exactly. Yair would smash him. Copium Spree since Volk versus Islam fight. Okay. Yo, be true to yourself. Always. Joey keeps it real. Oh, 100%. Joey always real. Just appreciate it. Did you hear Chase Sherman is going to lose to Chris Barnett yet next? Yes. Joey throws heat always. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, what am I going to try to warp my opinions into being the more popular opinions so that I can get more subscribers by saying things I don't really believe? I can't live like that. I don't want to live like that. I got on here to say shit that I believe in that I don't feel like other people are saying. I don't care if everyone's going to criticize me because I said this or that. If you're worried about criticism, don't ever start a YouTube channel because you're going to get criticism regardless. Volk still pound for pound number one. Yes. I know you don't care about rankings. Yes. I talked about it in my most recent video, but it's absolutely stupid. No credibility. And people are saying, well, Volk was the smaller man, so he made it competitive. Even if he lost, he should still be pound for pound number one. These people are idiots. They don't know what pound for pound means then. Pound for pound means if you were the same size, you would still win. Well, guess what? Alexander Volkanovski and Islam Makhachev, what did they do? What did they do the day before UFC 284? Can someone remind? Oh, they weighed in at the same weight class. And then they fought each other. And Islam won. So, again, it doesn't matter. The rankings from the UFC are a habitual joke. I literally have a video on the channel, like it has 150 views from when I first started the channel, talking about how much of an embarrassment the UFC rankings were. So, yeah. But thank you for the donation, Patty. I appreciate your $2 super chat. All right, let me scroll back up. That is why Joey is the GOAT. Appreciate you, Enigma. My goal always is, even if you disagree with me, you understand where I'm coming from. Let's all come together and go to a NASCAR race. Yeah, we're going to have to meet up at the Daytona 500 this Sunday. Another left-hand turn. Oh, my God, another left-hand turn. Another left-hand turn. Earth is flat. Blah, 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 Budweiser. Blah, 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 Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jim Miller versus Alex Hernandez. Who you got? Can't see Alex winning, but he's the favorite. I hope Jim Miller, but I have a feeling Alex Hernandez. But I picked Alex Hernandez against Billy Quarantillo, and we'll see how well that did. Let's just move on finally and talk about how good it is to see Jim give Fernandez a vet lesson. Hopefully he will. I was like confused what that word was for a second. Do you think Islam cheated? No. Because for me to think Islam cheated, I would need actual evidence, and I have no evidence to support such claim. I have no evidence to support such claim. So, how is that possible for me to believe in something that I have no evidence to support? Did anybody else see power slap competitor John Kennedy suspended for positive cocaine test? Why is MMA fighting even reporting this? Like, seriously, MMA fighting should be reporting this? This shit's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Yeah, don't miss the live stream this Sunday for the Daytona 500. I think Beneil would generally beat Islam. I think half of the Dagestan Danger's hype and Volk took it. We'll see. You know, when you lose, sometimes it's the best thing that could ever happen to you. Joey with the clairvoyance on the Jones robbery thing. Have you seen the judges? Yeah, I seen one of them was Saul Diamata. That's why I said that. Duplessis versus Till is the definition of rematch for the belt one day. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Also, Volk legit had the left side of his face like a bee's nest and got his eyes sliced open. He legit had more damage at the post-fight press conference. All Islam had was the right eye. It's also crazy because the same people that usually use blood as damage, we're completely ignoring the Volk blood. But you see me, I didn't use that because I don't use it when it disproves my arguments, and I don't use it when it would strengthen my arguments. Does Turner have good grappling? Yes. But does he have Mateusz Gamrot grappling? No. And he's been out-grappled in the past. Turner versus Gamrot is great. Too bad it's on 21 days' notice. I know that's kind of disappointing. I agree. I think Turner will clinch elbow Gamrot, and Gamrot will cry. We'll see. It's going to be very interesting. I got to start working on graphics for that. I mean, it's right around the corner, and we got so many good fights on the card. Let me go look it up real quick. Ew, we got Krylov Span in the meantime. Let's see. Mateusz Gamrot, Jalen Turner. I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 predictions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, probably 8. 8 prediction videos for UFC 285. Joey, Islam beat 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and how is he not ranked number 1? Makes no sense. The rankings have no credibility at all. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't yet liked this stream, do me a favor and like the stream. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. I do these live streams every single Wednesday, but I mix in live streams throughout the week as well. I went live on Monday where we had a solid live stream on Monday. But yeah, like the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to get to 10K subscribers, so it helps promote the channel a little bit if you like the stream. And for some reason, people just don't want to do it. They're like, nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I'll damn sure listen to this, but I ain't going to like it. No way, no how. Who wins a fight, Fiziev or Islam, and how the fight play out? Probably Islam out-grapples Fiziev, but I could see Fiziev, if he can keep it standing, Fiziev's going to light him up on the feet. Who wins at 55, Oliveira versus Volk fight? I'd probably have to go Volk at this point. But I don't know. Oliveira would be super aggressive. Is Volk gonna grapple him? I would go Volk. Won't look at the bus commercials, the BK commercials, the same again. Yeah. I said Fiziev would KO Islam after the RDA fight. I think I was right. Yeah, there's a chance I would pick Fiziev. I've been a big believer in Fiziev for a long, long time. But it's hard to say. It's hard to say, can he stuff the takedown? I'm not even trying to push a narrative. I just speak facts. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I don't... At the end of the day, I'm just trying to give my honest opinion. I'm not trying to push something in the favor one way or the other. Does Islam look human after this fight? Because didn't you say Islam was unbearable? Now he's almost lost. So what's your thoughts on this? Unbeatable, I think you meant to say. Yes, he looks human after this fight. But I thought this fight would be competitive. Go watch my prediction video. You know, for a while I said, you know, this fight doesn't get me too excited. I feel like Islam's too big. But the closer we got to the fight, the more I thought about it. I put out my prediction. I said it's going to start off very, very competitive and slowly trickle in Islam's favor. So I think this fight was the best case scenario for fans. Islam looks beatable. Volk looks better than ever. Yair looks better than ever. I mean, we have two amazing matchups coming out of it. Is Jon Jones training at Jackson Wink again? I have no idea. Jay, I'm about done. See Garbrandt fight if I have to see this MFer get knocked out again. Just feed him to Raul Rosas. Nah, they ain't going to do that. Off topic, but the NFL glazed Damar Hamlin so hard. Using that man for injury publicity. Dude, it was so annoying. I don't believe the theories or anything like that, the conspiracies. Shit was so annoying. I was so tired of hearing about it, and I barely watched the NFL. They just used him for ratings, you know. They had some tribute to him during the Super Bowl. Could you imagine if the Bills went to the Super Bowl? I was praying the Bills would lose just so we didn't have to hear that narrative going into the Super Bowl. Islam is going to crush Volkanovski in a rematch. It's going to be a very compelling rematch if that happens eventually. I feel like Islam's striking is better than his grappling because Volk easily out-grappled him and ground and pound him in the fifth. Thoughts? I mean, he was tired at that point. I don't know if I would go that far. Yeah, I thought the same. I'm not sure if the atmosphere and him being in enemy territory, but he didn't look calm and relaxed like in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, he looked a little bit more stressed for sure. Just finished the first episode of The Last of Us. Great start so far. Yeah, The Last of Us is incredible. If you have not seen The Last of Us, there's 5 episodes right now. It's so good. It is so unbelievably good. I can't wait for the next episode. I'm about to go rewatch the first 5. And I don't even have time to rewatch them. So. Budweiser. Weight bully. People always say that about every fighter they don't like. The only source that Islam cheated is Trust Me Bro from Salty Losers. That is true. I mean, people acting like, and there's no credible information on it. MMA farting, the woke soul won't stop complaining about UFC, Dana, etc. YouTube still talks about YouTube boxers and slap fighting. Dude, it's annoying. Oliveira, just a weak kid, doesn't know how to wrestle or grapple in Islam. Nah, I think it was just rocked and Islam just threw in that arm triangle quick. The fight was a robbery. I'm done. No, it wasn't. What's up, Joey? What's up, MMA fam? What's going on with Vince? What's the 8th? I don't know what you're talking about. Volk showed us he's the real deal. Okay. MMA decisions even had for Islam on the fan poll 52%. Okay. For Islam on the fan poll 52% and 23-6 on media scores. All the top comments. That's just wrong. And all the top comments. That's just wrong. What do you mean? What's wrong about that? It sounds okay to me. Chael had no credibility. Yeah, Chael never had any credibility. Yeah, so Chael's never had any credibility. Joey, are you surprised that Chiesa left the safe house? Yes, I am. Do you think Khabib would have helped in Islam's corner? I mean, I guess, maybe. And the public actually thinks Islam won, so Volk isn't the people's champ you even want to claim. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the majority think Islam won, but the very vocal minority is screaming from the rooftops that Volk won. Just because they don't like Islam. I guarantee if the roles were reversed, if Volk put on the performance that Islam did, and Islam put on the performance Volk did, the same people would still be crying that Volk got robbed, if that makes sense. So if Volk put on the performance Islam did, Islam put on the performance Volk did, and Islam still got the decision with Volk's performance, they would still be claiming robbery. So, I guarantee it. Guarantee it. It's just, people, anybody screaming robbery, it's just not based in fact. Does Fiziev have a fight booked? Yes. It's happening in 1 month against Justin Gaethje. Leach is going to cross Chiesa. Thoughts? I don't know. The Leach is good, but he's not great. Chiesa's been out for a while. I could see Chiesa out grappling him. Who do you got, Jones or Gane? I'm leaning Jones. Prediction video coming out in a couple weeks, which is craziness. Yeah, so the prediction video will be coming out. See, it's the 15th. It's not the 25th. It'll be coming out in roughly less than 2 weeks. I'll be doing my Jon Jones prediction video. That's nuts. That's truly nuts. Whew. Joey, what do you think about this fight, Dominic Cruz versus Song Yadong? I'd probably go Song Yadong. I think Dominic Cruz is getting older, slower. Joey, how would Bo Nickel do against Paulo Costa if he gets smashed? Yeah. Yep, they're all objective they're factually and objective with their takes, for sure. 100% certainty. Joe, I feel like Khabib would have beat Islam, but again, Islam did better competition than Khabib. But imagine the build up that fight if they got into a beef. Yeah, I think Khabib would beat Islam for sure. The last of Us show of the year already for sure. The Last of Us should have left out the gay episode. Shit is garbage. Who cares? People will find anything to cry about. I thought it was a great episode. To be honest, I thought it was a great episode. People just want to cry about anything and everything. They just find something to cry about. It never ends. It was a great episode. I'd watch it again. That might have been that was probably like top. I know there's only been 5 episodes. I would say top 2 best episode. I mean, that was like a movie itself. I mean, who cares that particular detail of it? Who cares? I don't understand why people are so pressed on it. If you don't like it, then don't watch the show. End of story. Don't watch it. Don't support it. But there's no reason to dislike it just solely based on that. Who cares? I don't get it. What's up, buddy? What's up, Merkley? What's up, Merkley? How Dan Hooker got away with the serious accusations without hard evidence. What should the UFC do? Smack him upside his head. Cut Dan Hooker. Force him to fight Jalen Turner. Imagine if Islam shot in the rematch and Volk clipped him in the back of the neck. Okay, dude, come on, calm down. True, it's a loud minority, exactly. Feel like I'm going to finally unsubscribe from Chael. You should. Dude's garbage. By the time everyone has rewatched the fight or even breakdown, robbery is past news. There you go. Did Colby retire? It feels like it. Fiziev versus Gaethje, I can't wait. How'd you not know that one was going on? That one's been official for a bit. Yeah, Colby's in witness protection. Joey, is Islam in a Khabib fight? That would be the biggest fight with title give the card mines would be. Dude, I can't even read that. So, sure. The answer is Mike Goldberg. Colby's in witness protection. Imagine that poster. Yeah, that would be craziness. That poster would be craziness. Oh, but it's never going to happen. That's never, ever, ever going to happen. Which sucks, but yeah, that's just the way it is. Slap fight and NASCAR are the same audience. That is true. Slap fight and NASCAR watchers are the same people. They also probably watch Street Beefs as well. Now I'm pumped to watch The Last of Us. Sound interesting. It's amazing. Unless for some reason you're going to cry that there's one episode with 2 gay guys in it, which was still a great episode. And I don't see why it matters or who cares. So, but people find anything to complain about nowadays. But it is one of the best shows I've ever watched. 5 episodes in, I will say that. It's amazing. The sets are amazing. The writing is amazing. The episodes are just, they feel like a movie in themselves. Imagine if Jamie Pickett pulls it off. I would love that. If Jamie Pickett pulls it off, I would love it. That would be amazing. I really hope Bo Nickel isn't on the main card. He is. He is, unfortunately. Imagine, okay, I read that. Do you think Jones versus Gane fight would be competitive like Islam versus Volk? It's very possible. It's very, very possible. I believe Islam will dismantle Volk in the rematch. He just has to make minor adjustments. It'll be very interesting to see how that rematch goes. Hopefully it happens after they both defend their title. Yo, Joey, what's up, man? If I hear Whopper, Whopper, Whopper during the Jones fight, I'm going to kill myself. Yeah. Dude. Yeah, the Bo Pickle Dick Riders are really annoying. Dude's fought nothing but grocery store cashiers. Why do you say Chael is garbage? I don't even think he watches the sport. I remember going in the Ciryl Gane fight, he was like, yeah, Derek Lewis has never been finished. And Derek Lewis had been finished like 5 or 6 times. Chael Sonnen, honestly, I think he just posts videos to make ad revenue. So I think he goes into his, wherever he records his videos, records like 10 or 15 videos at a time, and then just has someone come up with the thumbnails and titles and post them, and then just collects ad revenue. Usually has an intro, outro, sponsor, and the video itself is only 6 minutes long, including all that. Chael's one of the worst MMA personalities. He pushes UFC narratives just for the hell of it. And he's either playing a stupid character or he's incredibly stupid. But it's probably from all that PED usage. Do you think cage rust is a thing? I'm interested to see how Jones performs. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Yes, it is a thing, but only for some people. Only for some people. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It depends how much you let it affect you. Yo, Joey, what's up, man? What's up, Eric? What's going on? Good to see you. Haha, I love your view on Chael. Yeah, Chael's always been garbage. You can literally go back and watch some of my live streams when I first started my channel, and I was like, yeah, Chael's garbage. What inspired me to start this channel was there's no good MMA coverage on YouTube. There's no good MMA coverage in, the mainstream MMA media. I'm not just sitting here being a hipster. Like, oh, there's no good coverage. I just feel like it's just all garbage. It's all clickbaity, pandering to the cult-like following basis. And, just UFC shilling it up. And it's so annoying. It's so annoying, and I never could watch any of it. So essentially, I would just watch the fights, and then I would just go lay in bed and have nothing to watch because all of it was terrible. I literally wouldn't watch anything, really. So eventually, I wanted to start this YouTube channel since 2013, 2012. And finally started in 2021, and now here we are in 2023, still going. I want to get to 10K. Like, I'm fiending for the 10K. We're going to be there soon, but it's just taking forever. We need 655. We need 2,655 subscribers to get to 10K. When we get to 10K, I'm going to do like a 3 or 4 hour stream for 10K subscribers. So if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, go subscribe because you're going to get a 3 or 4 hour stream. The day we hit 10K, we're gonna do a long stream for that because that's a massive goal. That's a goal I've been trucking towards for a while. And hopefully, we get there in the next 2 months is what I'm hoping for. Joey, make it a baker's dozen. Chael literally reads Sherdog headlines, doesn't actually read them, and then creates narratives for clicks. Like, come on, Chael. I remember when Chael was so adamant that Charles Oliveira didn't deserve a title shot. And then guess what? Charles Oliveira got a title shot. And then guess what? Charles Oliveira won the belt. Chael's an idiot. Unsubscribe from his garbage. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I'm not ever praying on anyone's downfall. I think everyone should be able to make some money. But yeah, it's not for me for sure. Are you a fan of Luke Thomas? Not really. I mean, I don't watch any of his stuff. I used to watch him probably like 5 years ago, maybe. A bit. I used to like the MMA Beat. Back when they used to do the MMA Beat. The OG fans will know what I'm talking about. But it was like a panel of guys and he was one of them on there. I enjoyed that. But no, I don't watch that. I don't ever really watch it. Just not for me. Just not for me. Dude was a sellout too when he worked for the when he did the MMA Hour. Funny how Poirier's trying to get a title fight. It seems like it. Dustin should fight the winner of Gaethje Fiziev. That'd be a banger fight for sure. That'd be a banger fight for sure. I would love that. Already almost at 8K. I know the subscribers been flying up lately. I've gained like 120 subscribers since last night, which is pretty good. Do you have another job or is your channel your main focus and goal? I basically have like 8 jobs. And the channel, I basically ran like a full-time job as well. But let me tell you this. The second I got nothing else to do but the channel, we're going to be at 100K in no time. If I could just sit at home all day and work on the channel, you guys have no clue. Don't understand why the UFC is investing all this stock into Bo Nickel. Don't see the hype. He's going to get that Dana White privilege. Yep. He's going to get the Dana White privilege for sure. Bisping biased as hell. Dude, Bisping is so dumb. I can't stand Bisping. He's so annoying. But it is what it is. They're all dumb. Who you get, Sterling versus Cejudo? I'm going Cejudo all day. But isn't it funny? Some people thought Cejudo could beat Volkanovski. Imagine who would want to see that. But Joey, imagine the promotion that would go into the fight. Yeah, it would be massive. It would be massive for sure. For Khabib Islam. Do you believe Islam used an IV? Why would I believe that when there's no evidence to support it? I only believe things that there's evidence to support. What's up, Lord Kratos? Do you think Stipe is fighting the winner of 285? I'm praying not. Stipe doesn't deserve to sit out. He should just keep answering the phones at the fire department. When someone calls the fire department, Stipe Miocic needs to be there. He doesn't deserve a title shot. And if he does win, he's going to sit out for another 2 years with the title. Volk is the GOAT. Okay. I like your honesty. Islam won without a doubt. Agreed. Joey shit. Yeah, sure. How did Kevin Lee get back to the UFC after a close fight with Diego Sanchez? Your guess is as good as mine, but I have a video on it. It's Ali Abdelaziz. The reason is because his manager was Ali Abdelaziz, and basically he was able to use Ali Abdelaziz and his good favor with the UFC to be able to get a new contract with the UFC. Have you heard about this? We talked about it in the beginning of the stream. I don't care about either of those guys. I don't care what their opinions are. I don't care what they're doing to each other in their free time. That's not for me to judge, and I don't care. And I don't have time to pay attention to that. But I have seen some of it. Bisping said Izzy won 4 rounds against the Reaper. 2. I don't remember what I scored it. I scored it for Izzy, but I think I might have had it 3-2. But I don't remember for 100% certainty what rounds. I mean, people People saying Robert Whittaker got robbed, I think was craziness after that fight. Is it true Chael's content do suck most times? I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, there's a lot of channels out there that just talk in circles for 10 or 15 minutes just for the sake of saying nothing. I have no doubt you will surpass 10K very soon. This year will be huge for MMA, and you are one of the few level-headed, unbiased voice in the community, in my opinion. All the best. Thank you, Karim. I appreciate it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, as Dana White always says. We'll see what happens. Volk was good but hesitant. Yep. He got outstruck. If he didn't get outstruck on the feet, who knows? We would have a big conversation about him being double champ. I wish most UFC fans would give respect to both fighters for a great and entertaining fight. Close fights nowadays are considered robbery. Keep up the great work, brother. I enjoy the channel. Thank you, Clint. Yeah, I think both fighters deserve to be elevated off this fight. I think both fighters deserve so much credit. And I think it's crazy that people are just like, oh, it's a robbery. It's a close fight. What's up, Mike? What do you think about the Shavkat fight? I'm really looking forward to it. Jeff Neal looked really good in his last fight against Vicente Luque. And I'm really looking forward to that matchup. I think Shavkat is the future of the welterweight division. Dude just took my dog out in my boxers and he chased a rabbit in a quarter mile up the street, and I was chasing him barefoot as well. I'm back. That is unfortunate, Patty. That is unfortunate. I think the best thing after like running a quarter mile down the street in your boxers barefoot is probably steal your mom's credit card and send a $500 super chat. That's what I'm thinking. I got to be able to purchase Daytona 500 tickets. So do that for me. Eugene Behrman or Nakamoto came out and said it's legal to use an IV in some instances. Yeah, we talked about this in a stream on Monday, I believe. Under medical supervision, you can get an IV. It's just there's no longer the days of those back room IVs to rehydrate. You have to go to a doctor. Call me crazy, but I'm siding with Neal versus Shavkat. I can't wait for this fight. That is pretty crazy. I'm going with Shavkat. Because Ali tweeted out that 2 to 3 liters of IVs are allowed, even though it's 100 milliliters. He deleted it in minutes. Yeah, I think as long as it's under a medical professional, you can do it, from what I understand. Okay, where are we at? Islam won by a hair. I wonder if you've seen the Guru Weasel beef. We talked about it a little bit. I haven't seen exactly what's going on, but yeah. I don't care. Agree with Stipe being a fire operator. Yeah, he's got to answer the phones for the fire department. When someone calls the fire department, Stipe Miocic will be there to answer the phone. If Jon wins, he will take pound for pound back. Yes, 100%. Been a bit confused about the whole Islam situation. Could you explain real quick what an IV is and what's the purpose of a fighter using one, and why did people suspect Islam used one? So an IV is like when you see people go in hospitals and they have a bag of fluid and the needle goes into their arm. And fighters used to use it. It used to be commonplace for fighters to use it after weigh-ins because it was an easier way to rehydrate rather than drinking a shit ton of water. It got banned because some people were able to use that to dilute their blood work and urine to mask PED use. So it was banned unless you got like a medical exemption and you had to go through a doctor to be able to use an IV. Dan Hooker came out and made claims that Islam Makhachev used an IV, but provided no evidence, and therefore that's what kind of drummed all this discussion up. There's a synopsis of it. Great videos this week, man. Just wanted to stop in and thank you for bringing my brain into the light for 284. So gutted Volk lost, but what are you going to do? Yeah, what are you going to do, man? You don't need to be gutted he lost. He still put on a great performance, and his stock went through the roof. So, but I'm happy I could bring your brain into the light from 284. I'm happy I could. Thank you for stopping by. Blaze One Sports, what's going on? Bisbing tried to say Robert Whittaker barely won a round. I had Izzy winning too, but he didn't get slumped. Yeah. 2023 is looking so crazy. That it is. I can't wait. I can't wait for March. March is going to be wild. I'm going to be stressed as hell in March. Be honest, which fighter are you most biased to? I don't know. Like, if I had to pick one, who am I most biased to? I try not to be biased towards any of them, but I would be biased towards like a Jose Aldo. I don't know. I don't know who I would say I was most biased to. I don't feel like I'm biased towards anyone. Joey, didn't you have like 50 subs in September? How did you grow so quick? No, I did not have 50 subs in September. I had more than that. I don't remember exactly how many I had. If Pickett wins a decision, the UFC machine will give it to Bo Pickle. That is true. Joey's the only dude on YouTube that's not kissing Volk's ass. He likes Volk, but he's not willing to compromise his integrity to be a fanboy. Exactly. You follow the Daytona 500. I'm just joking. There's a new inside joke on the channel about NASCAR, Merkley. So we pretend we're NASCAR fans now. UFC needs to get rid of the pound for pound because they clearly don't know what they're doing. Agreed. The rankings in general, I would have no problem with them abolishing the rankings. The rankings are just for casuals to be able to follow the sport. The rankings are meaningless. They're made by a bunch of meaningless people in a room that we don't even know, and they're basically anonymous. That's the truth. That is the truth, in my opinion. So, Joe, I feel like Dustin Poirier is starting to become a prize fighter. I think he's always been a prize fighter. No one cares about what Ali and his Big Four has to say. Agreed. Well, it went from why would I believe that with no evidence to yeah, it's cool. 2-3 leaders is a shit ton, bro. What are you talking about? There's still no evidence that he did it. I don't know what you're talking about. Next video, who pays Ariel? Sure. If Shavkat wins, what are they doing? Shavkat, Covington? No, Covington's in witness protection. He ain't fighting Shavkat. Weasel is right. It's amazing that he has to explain anything to anyone. Okay. You're growing massively. Pause. Yeah, you like this massive growth? You like looking at this massive growth? Pause. Yeah, pause. Yeah. Guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MMA Joey C. I would greatly appreciate it. I think you're biased for Jones. Okay. Did anyone watch Volk's coach interview? Did he talk about the evidence? I haven't seen it. Do you think Blanchfield is hot? No. Islam is going to beat a lot of people's favorite fighters. Hate will increase for sure. With success, there's always going to come haters. I'm surprised Bo Nickal's on the main card already on his debut. Yeah, well, he said he wanted to be on the main card and the UFC gave it to him. We need rankings, but they need to be more accurate. Yeah, but it's never going to happen. The rankings is compiled by a bunch of anonymous people. I wouldn't doubt if Dana White's back there doing the rankings. Instagram is lit. Appreciate it. Paddy Pimblett, Drew Dober's not going to happen. That's a fake tweet that's been circulating around. If I had to guess who Paddy Pimblett fights next, I got a feeling it's going to be Tony Ferguson. I just got a gut feeling. Have you ever done any combat in your life or wanted to? Yeah, I wear Venom gear. I mean, that's basically the same thing. So, yeah. Eugene Volk's coach said they can prove to Havo or Islam using IV, but I don't know who or if it was 100 milliliters, but someone from Islam's team said the bruise was from a drug test before the weigh-in. Okay. I'll have to check out the interview. Do you think Volk beats Yair and Islam beats Benny so they can have a reasonable rematch? I think it's possible, but it's going to be tough for both guys. But if I had a gun to my head, I say yes, and I think I live. Joey, what's more important in fight? Long-term career projections, length, or girth? I'll say length. Islam did use an IV. Look at the MMA Hour. Okay. Why do people hate Ali Abdelaziz? Because he's just always acting like a dick 24/7. Dear God, if you exist, please don't make Tony Patty. I know. Your channel's on the come up, man. Really enjoying your content. Subscribe last week. Thank you, J-Dub. I appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. The channel's growing, and I appreciate you being one of the first 10,000. If Islam isn't innocent, he should sue Dan for slander. Yeah, but is it really worth it? Would you rather watch Chael's last 10 videos or Ariel's? Whichever ones are shorter. If Ali admits Islam used an IV, but it's okay under a nurse, so it's fine. Islam didn't use an IV. What? If Ali admits Islam is using IV, but it's under a nurse, so it's fine, means Islam didn't use an IV? Nobody said that. Nobody said that at all. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You think Islam's nickname should be the Streak Ender? Yeah. If I was Islam, I'd come out and be like, I made Alexander Volkanovski my bitch on Saturday. Imagine all the hate he would stir up. But it'd be funny as hell. It would take some time. Habib used to be hated. Yeah. He brushed off the evidence comments. I think he knows it makes the camp look sour. So he didn't come up with any evidence. Jay, I'm drunk driving while listening to you and have Venom gear on. Life is good. Okay. Why does Islam need to become lightweight GOAT? Beat Beneil, beat Volkanovski in a rematch, and then beat Fiziev. If he beats Beneil and then Volkanovski in a rematch, I think he's lightweight GOAT. I think he's lightweight GOAT. Joey, do you still think I'll get a DUI in the Venom gear? No, it's not possible. They can't even arrest you if you have Venom gear on. Dober's too good for... Yeah, Dober would smash Patty. That's not going to happen. Did the UFC post tweets right after saying Islam's the new pound for pound? Yes, they did. Can Dead Corpse of Tony Ferguson defeat Patty? It's very possible. Rodriguez was looking scary against Emmett. Dude, his kicks are so vicious. The kicks of Yair Rodriguez are some of the most vicious kicks in MMA. I think Khabib will be against a rematch. He hates them. Well, he doesn't get a choice if they both win their next fights. FanDuel are legit scam artists. Don't know how they stay in business. Yeah, that's what it seems like to me. The Discord's lit as hell. Yeah, guys, if you guys want a good place to talk about MMA 24/7, join the members Discord. If you want to become a member, the link is down in the description. But you get to join the members Discord. You get a loyalty badge next to your name, which basically guarantees you get read in the chat. And you get custom emojis to use in the chat as well as the comments. And it's a great way to support the channel. You get extra live streams, all that good stuff, and it's $3. It costs $3 to support the channel. The link is in the description, but I'll also post it in the chat if anyone wants to become a member. It's worth it just for the Discord alone, to be honest. If you're in the Discord, you already know. You already know it's worth the $3. You have to wear a tap-out kit to your wedding, or do you have to listen to Jessica I cringe sayings forever? I'd rather wear a tap-out kit. Tony Ferguson called out the UFC and Dana White. I think he agreed to do tough, but they gave it to Chandler. Yeah, maybe they wanted multiple options in case they had to negotiate. These Volk fans remind me of a lot of JFK conspiracy nuts. Fair enough. Montela de la Rosa. Okay. Ariel's videos are longer than Lord of the Rings. Well, it depends. If you're saying Ariel's videos, are you talking about the MMA Hour? Yeah, imagine if Islam came out and said, I made Volk my bitch at UFC 284. Who's better, Habib or Islam, and who wins? Habib and Habib. Who needs more title defenses than Habib? There you go. He needs. Did Tony ever graduate Harvard? Never. No idea. Are you getting tired? Are you tired of discussing Islam Volk situation, or are you enjoying the wealth of content? At this point, after like this live stream here, I'm like tired of it. But it's like there's so much to say, and like there's so many different little small things that I didn't get to touch on, and I love the video I did last night, kind of summing it all into one video. kind of compiling the last few videos I did. And that video did amazingly too. So people really enjoyed that video. So it's almost got 1,000 watch hours, which is really good. So they've helped the channel grow. In the last 3 days, I think I've gained about 250 subs, which is really solid for the channel. My Piotr Jan autograph came in yesterday. That's awesome. Yes, Discord is worth it. The IV without any evidence is embarrassing. Yeah, it just comes off as terrible. What are the steps to get in the Discord? Sign up to become a member. And that's it. Then the link's in the membership. Ever heard the nickname? No, I have not. Jerry, what are the next for Brian Ortega? He has to fight Topuria. Fight Topuria. Ariel has been doing a lot of crying lately. Ariel's always crying. He always thinks he's the authority on all things MMA. And it's super annoying. Super annoying. Let's see if this has info yet. Like, if he's not crying about one thing, he's crying about another. And that's just the way it rolls. That's just the way he rolls. The UFC didn't do this. The UFC didn't do that. And he makes himself uncredible because of the amount of crying that he does. Who do you think is a better prospect, Casey O'Neill or Blanchfield? Blanchfield. Blanchfield would beat up Casey O'Neill, I think. Next video should be on how many people pay Ariel Helwani. Maybe. You ever watched Chernobyl? No, but I've been wanting to, but I never got around to it. Turner vs. Gamrot will be second fight on the main card. Sweet, sweet, sweet. That's a great fight. I'm really looking forward to that one. I hope you do well, bro. 40K December 2023. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that's what we're at? That'd be sick. That'd be sick. Your last video made me sub. You know your shit and keep it real. Appreciate you, Unknown. I'm glad you found the channel. Do you think Prime Tony would have beaten Khabib? Prime Tony would have got absolutely demolished by Khabib. And I said that a long time. I said that a long time before Tony was washed up. Dude, look what Danny Castillo did to Tony, even in a loss. You know what? Khabib would have gave Tony Ferguson a career-altering beating. Khabib would have did Tony worse than Justin Gaethje did. But maybe not, because he would have done it much faster. I think we would have got Khabib first-round TKO. Bro, if I send you one of my Venom jerseys, will you sign it and send it back? Of course. Chernobyl was too good. I'll have to watch it. I've been meaning to watch. That's kind of been on my list to watch for a long time, but I haven't had a chance. Even Ariel's team says his take does not make sense. How could he put Islam at 3, Leon at 2? Well, dude, Ariel doesn't know what he's talking about half the time. He just wants to cry and whine. Chernobyl is only 5 episodes. I'll have to watch it. I'll have to check it out soon. Yeah, look, I know it got great ratings from people, great reviews, basically. But I just haven't had a chance. I think I started to watch it one day, like 2 years ago, and then never, ever got to watch it again. I think I stopped watching after 15 minutes. I had to go do something, and then I never started watching it again. So, it's just the way it goes. But I'll watch it soon. Another good one is Severance. What is that on? What is that on? Muniz versus Brendan Allen. Muniz all the way. Brendan Allen is a garbage can. On Apple TV, luckily my buddy shares his account. Ariel be talking back like he's a fighter and it's so cringe. Like, dude, one day the wrong guy's going to mess you up and you know he's going to cry. Yeah, I mean, Ariel's just Ariel. That's the only way I can describe it. You know, a lot of people shit on him, so I understand he's a sensitive guy. But I do respect that he is standing up for himself. Joe, I need to make $100 in a week. Can you give me a way? You don't want my suggestions. Imagine Dylan Dennis snapped on it, dude. What? That guy's a clown. I can't believe it. Listen to Eugene on the MMA Hour. Now he wants to partially plead the fifth because the sauce don't actually have the actual proof. Oh, so he just completely kind of avoided the questions? Is that what happened? Is that what happened there? That's funny. That is funny. But yeah, that's just the way it goes, I guess. That is just the way it goes. People present something with no evidence and they're not held accountable for it. If you're going to go out there and throw shit out there, you should be held accountable for it. 100%. 100%. If you want to make claims and accusations, you should have the ability to back it up. And I hate that people do it with no evidence to back it up. He also stated he told Dan Hooker not to mention it as they don't have actual proof. Well, there you go. But people will still parrot it. Listen to Eugene on the MMA Hour. Okay, yeah, I already read that. Patty versus Michael Johnson winner. Michael Johnson probably wins, but he's super inconsistent, so you never know. Is Santos Andrade a tougher fight for Blanchfield? Yes. I just put out my prediction for that. I hope you guys all go check it out after this stream. Would you interview fighters? Yes, and I have. Are you doing a live stream for this week's exciting card? Probably not. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I can stomach it. I don't think I can stomach watching UFC Vegas 69. It's so bad. Jordan Wright's in the co-main. I don't think I can stomach it. It's going to be terrible. Absolutely terrible. So I don't think I can do that. But you never know. Maybe I'd change my mind. But I doubt it. I don't think I'm going to stream that. I'd rather stream on like a random stream like this and talk about the fights rather than talk about that card and watch it live. Arrow's in people's pockets. He sold out a long time ago. When you get 10K subs, you should start reaching out to fighters for more interviews. What say you? Maybe. That's not really a thing, man. That's not really my thing. But I like to have it here and there. Can't be worse than Louis Spivak at 3 a.m. That is true. Jordan Wright going to chicken dance on the octagon. Do you have a dream fighter interview? No. Krylov versus Span is horrible too. That it is. Dude, thanks for your channel. I like it. Thank you, Stanley. I appreciate you saying that. People say steroid accusations all the time. This isn't new. I remember Bisbing saying GSP was on steroids. That he did. I remember that as well. And GSP alluded to Johnny Hendricks was on steroids and wanted enhanced drug testing for their fight. Are you... Okay, read that. If Max Holloway moves to lightweight, who do you think he should fight? I think he's going to get smashed at lightweight. He's going to be too small. But who should he fight? Maybe Justin Gaethje if he gets chinned by Fiziev. That's what I would go with. But yeah. How is Jim Miller going to be opening the main event? The main card, you mean? Very disrespectful, yeah. The card is so bad. It's ugly as hell. Do you agree that the UFC's Africa Champions era is done? I mean, I guess technically right now it is, but it could always resurgence. I mean, literally in a month and a half, we could have 2 African champions. Hendricks was juiced to the gills, as they say. I don't think he won a fight once the USADA air started. There was a lot of speculation around Hendricks for a long time. And he looked drastically different once USADA went into play. How'd you get your first fighter on? He watches the channel. Do you agree? Okay, read that. If Gaethje loses, give him the winner of Turner versus Gamrot. Dude, you're trying to get Gaethje out of the UFC. Eugene also now says on the MMA Hour that he does not want to focus so much on that and more on the fight. He also then congratulates Islam and Javier and the team on the win. I really liked Volk. But, yeah, they come off looking sour as hell. I mean, you lost, you lost. It is what it is. You guys agree to be judged by those shitty judges. And at the end of the day, if you lost, you lost. And he lost there. And ultimately, complaining afterwards just looks like a poor sport. Regardless of what you think, you just look like a poor sport. And I think it's a bad look in general. I think it's a bad look for Volk. I think it's a bad look for City Kickboxing. You know, at the end of the day, is it going to, you know, linger around forever? No. But it's still a bad look. Ali tweet admitted to IV. Okay. People have been talking about this, but I've seen people say, oh, he said you could have this or that. But yeah, okay. I'll have to catch it later because I don't see it right now. Guys, do me a favor. Everyone in this stream right now, do me a favor. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MMA Joey C. On Twitter, I'm almost to 500 followers. I almost called subscribers. I want to get, one of my goals for Twitter this year is to get to 1,000 followers on Twitter. A lot of the times when there's breaking news, I tweet out my thoughts on the breaking news immediately. So, yeah. If you guys want to go follow me there, I would greatly appreciate it. Instagram, I'm just trying to be more active on there, post different fight news and stuff like that. But if you guys could go follow me, I would appreciate it. I'm getting close to 500 followers on Twitter. I'm at 419. So if everyone on this stream right now went and followed me, we'd be right at 500. It was reposted on Reddit. Let's go take a look. If all he tweeted is that it was allowed, then that's irrelevant. I'm assuming it's on UFC. Let's take a look. For all those idiots out there, any fighter under the UFC banner can take 2 liters of IV as long as it's done by a nurse. I'm going to expose everyone. Yeah, he never admits to it, and it doesn't matter. He just says it's legal. Now, that can be used as a little bit of evidence. You know, I think that's, you can say, okay, well, he's saying that. But he might just be saying that because people are being an idiot. No, it's not 100% sure, but people are saying, he could just be saying, you know, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. At the end of the day, it's irrelevant. But there's at least a little bit of evidence. But that's not the end-all, be-all of anything. But it's crazy. You guys have been talking about it for 3 days. And now you get a slight bit of evidence now, finally, a slight bit. But at the end of the day, nothing's going to come of it. And you guys are going to keep recirculating it forever, and it's never going to end. So, City Kickboxing just looks bad for it. You know you can fake tweets. Exactly. You can do that as well. Do you think VAR would make judging easier so that you know which punches landed? No. Joey, this is very damning. No, it's not. It's not very damning. Ali tweets out a lot of dumb shit all the time. People are just going to run with whatever. Okay. That's fine. Still no evidence. There's still no evidence. That's a shred of evidence now. Just a shred. Gaethje actually has a pretty good YouTube channel. Camera and editing quality is at movie level. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Can you even be given 1 to 2 liters? I don't know exactly. I'm not a medical expert. Apparently people in the chat are medical experts, and anything Ali Abdelaziz is fact. I want you guys to remember that now. Everything Ali Abdelaziz says is fact. It's a picogram of evidence, yeah. It's called what you call circumstantial evidence. That's what's going on there. If Jones wins the heavyweight title, I don't think there'll be a heavyweight who can beat him. I might be biased expecting old Jon. Yeah, if he wins the title, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to imagine someone in the heavyweight division dethroning him if he goes out there and puts a clinic on Ciryl Gane. Can you imagine that? I can't. I certainly can't. But we'll see. You got Sergey Pavlovich making his way. You got Curtis Blades making his way back to the top. So, do you have a favorite fighter? Not really. My favorite fighters are Petr Yan. They're really my favorite fighters to watch, though. It's not like I have a particular that I super favor. But Petr Yan, Volkanovski, Yuri Prohaska, Charles Oliveira. Guys like that are my favorite to watch, to be quite honest. But also you have this Brett Okamoto tweet out here. There seems to be a misunderstanding across the sport on prohibited or non-prohibited use of IVs. I myself was not completely aware of this until the latest high-profile accusation from UFC 284. According to USADA handbook, an IV can be used if it's determined to be medically justified within the standard care by a licensed physician and administered by a licensed medical professional. I sought further clarification, and here's the bottom line. If an athlete is administered an IV of more than permitted 100 milliliters, as long as it's done by a licensed pro, it's not a violation. Even in cases where dehydration is caused by weight cut, is the issue being treated. In other words, IVs used to treat severe dehydration caused by weight cutting are not really banned as long as a physician is the one to justify and perform it. So even if what you guys are saying is true, based off a tweet from Ali Abdelaziz, it would still be allowed. So anything above 100 milliliters has to be administered by a physician. Has anybody ever came up to you publicly and told you they watched the channel? No. My channel is far too small for that. There's people with millions of subscribers that don't get recognized. I doubt I'm going to get recognized with 7,000. But if they did, I'd faint probably. Do you think we'll ever see Dominic Reyes again? I think they need to do Dominic Reyes versus Alexander Gustafsson. I think that's the fight to make. I think that's the fight to make. 3 liters is insane though, dude. I don't know what's insane and not insane. But yeah, Dominic Reyes is a dead body at this point. Dude got absolutely bludgeoned by Ryan Spann. Bludgeoned. Oh, I forgot Road to Power Slap's on tonight. The Road to Power Slap. So 285, here's how 285's looking. The prelims starts with Marquez versus Barriat, then Araujo versus Hibas, then Derek Brunson versus Dricus Duplessis, then Cody Garbrandt versus Trevin Jones as the main event of the prelims. Then you have Bo Nickel versus Jamie Pickett opening up the main card, a.k.a. Bo Pickle versus the grocery store cashier, Jamie Pickett. Then you have Mateusz Gamrot versus Jalen Turner. Amazing fight. Then you have Jeff Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Feature fight on the main card. Then you have Shevchenko versus Grasso. I don't care about that fight at all. And then you have Johnny Bones Jones, Ciryl Gane, main event, heavyweight title. What an incredible fight card that is. That's going to be easy to do the top 3 things I love, and I can't wait to grade that card as well. It's going to be hard to find top 3 things I hate. No, not really. I already thought one. And it's about the full card, too. So I already thought of one there. I thought of 1, 2, 3, 4. I already thought of 4 things I hate about the UFC 285 main card. I'm not going to share them. All right, let me ask you this. I feel like someone who watches the channel vehemently would know the number one reason I hate UFC 285. If you can guess it in the chat, that would be insane to me. What would be the number one reason I hate UFC 285? If anyone can guess in the chat, please do it now. I feel like if you watch the channel on a regular basis, you should know the number one reason I hate UFC 285. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that card. But yep, I already got my 3 reasons I hate it. I'll record that. Yeah. There you go, Andy. Bing, bing, bing. Andy's my number 1 sub at this point now. That's crazy, dude. You guessed it right away. Oh, looks like there's some in the chat that might be saying other reasons that might be on the list. There's some in the chat. Why you want to see Gustafsson turn Reyes into a corpse? They're already both corpses. But yeah, Andy hit the nail on the head. I like how you guys are filling up the chat with the reasons. I told you I already have all my reasons, right? Basically, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have at least 4. So it'll be 3 in an honorable mention, and maybe I come up with like 1 more honorable mention. And maybe that will be, I don't know. But yeah. I like your unbiased. I like your breakdown unbiased of the fight. New subscriber, didn't care who win, but want the truth. Fan of both. And after Volk being salty and no publicity, giving up number 1 pound for pound, Alex the fake now. I'm glad you found the channel, and I'm glad you're a new fan. Thank you. And I'm glad you've been appreciating the content that I've been putting out. I just think it's funny the chat knows me well enough to start guessing the reasons why I hate UFC 285. That's nuts. But, yeah. Holy shit. Brunson versus Duplessis on the prelims? Yes, it is. It is on the prelims. Bro, what the F? I'm hella late. I tried to see if you were streaming 10 minutes ago and it didn't say you were live. That's annoying as hell. If Oliveira loses to Conor and Conor wins, you think we'll see that matchup? No. If Conor wins, he'll probably get a title shot. Gustafsson is super washed. Agreed. Damn, bro, you have to know every fighter on the roster. Impressive. Is the 24 hours or 36 time to rehydrate a case for Islam to make? I don't know what you mean by that. Piotr versus Merab winner. I think Piotr wins that pretty cleanly. Striking is way better. Brunson yeah, I already answered that. Quick question. Rate the UFC Fight Night card this weekend 1 to 10. 2. 2, 2, 2. Am I going to live stream from the early prelims? Yes. Not the early prelims. I don't think so. Never mind. I'll probably start at like 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern. That's what I'm thinking. 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern, I'll be live. But I will let you know as soon as I know. I do the live stream afterwards, and I just don't know I just don't know if I can stomach sitting there for 800 million hours. You know? Is that Khabib in the... But is that Khabib you behind you above the Poirier? Yes, that's a Khabib Funko Pop. It's not a Poirier poster. It's a Poirier box. These are MMA bobbleheads, autographed bobbleheads. One of them's Dustin Poirier, and that's the boxes they came in. But yeah, yep. This, let's see if it updates. Right there is the Dustin Poirier bobblehead. Then that's Masvidal, Congressman Masvidal bobblehead. Then that's Demetrius Johnson bobblehead. Then that's Nick Diaz bobblehead. And then the one you can't see out of frame is DC. And then these are the boxes. DC, Dustin, Congressman Masvidal, and then Demetrius. So, yeah, guys, if you have not yet liked this stream, do me a favor and like this stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Run up the likes on the stream. We're good for a bit longer. We're at it's only 9:40 right now. It's crazy. I'm used to streaming later and staying on late. But today, the live stream, I'm doing these every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I used to do them at 6 p.m. Eastern, but then I end up being like kind of habitually rescheduling them for later because I would be running low on time. So every Wednesday, 8 p.m., I will be live streaming. Remember that. Put that into your calendar. I'm kidding. Joey, would you ever have a series after UFC pay-per-views talking about what matchups to make next? I usually do. I don't have like a for the full card, but I usually do a video talking about the main fights. Like I did one. It's called "The UFC Shouldn't Give Alexander Volkanovski an Immediate Rematch Against Islam." I discuss what should happen in the top 3 fights there. No way Bo Pickles on the main card. Yes, he is. 285 is stacked. Are you gonna? Okay, I already answered that. That's disrespectful as hell to have Brunson on the prelims. It is what it is. I think if there's actual proof, then fair. I think a court of law evidence is needed in the end. Yeah. Whose striking is more enjoyable to watch, Wonderboy or Yair? Yair. But both are very enjoyable. What are your thoughts on some of the fights entertaining Ramazan Kadyrov of Russia? I think that's the number one reason you should dislike him. I think it's weird they're hanging out with some like war criminal. I think it's very weird. I think even if Beneil is able to scramble out of positions and defend takedown, Islam's going to be able to outstrike Beneil. It's going to be very interesting for sure because Beneil is underrated as hell. Imagine Beneil pulls it off. Imagine Beneil pulls it off. That would be incredible. That would be incredible. But only time will tell. Hopefully that fight gets booked sooner rather than later. Congressman Masvidal with the laughing face. Yeah. Why is it only 24 hours to rehydrate in Perth compared to U.S.? I think it's just the time they did the weigh-ins, I guess, for the American audience. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. Do you think DC interviews Jon Jones after the fight? It'll be awkward, or is that... Nah, Rogan will be there. It's in Vegas. I think if there's... Okay, read that. I think... Okay, read that as well. They have no choice. I'm from Russia, and there are certain people they have to entertain. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm kind of sympathetic to that. You know, their whole family could get killed. Is Khamzat moving to middleweight? He keeps calling out Whitaker. Feel like Khamzat moving up might end up being a bad decision in the long run. I feel like he is at this point, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Because, you know, it might be one of those things where he says this forever. He's been calling out this guy and that guy. And then next thing you know, it never ends up happening. Let's see what this is. Guys, let me see what else I got here. Okay, we're not going to this one. I'm trying to find a very small stream to send you guys to. But I don't know. If you have any final questions, throw them in the chat. I'm going to find like a small MMA stream to send you guys to. I'm looking. There's actually a lot of streams live right now. There's a lot of streams live right now. A lot of smaller streams, believe it or not. Let's go with... I've never seen this. I feel like they got a decent amount of subs. I don't know. Yeah, let's go with this one. I'll pick this one when we eventually go. Have you ever been punched in the face? Yes. After reviewing the fight, how much over Volk's success on the ground was due to his height and his skill? It seems like there was just nothing for Islam to grab. I think it's a combination of height and skill. I mean, there's no doubt that Volkanovski is an amazing grappler as well. But I also think he's just super strong, super high level, and then, being shorter does give him an advantage in the fight as well. I have a feeling Islam's going to be active as hell and fight 2 more times this year. I hope so. I hope you're right. He should at least be active after bangers, not smart. He should at least be active after bangers, not smart. I don't know what you're saying there. Pound for pound, this should be add amount of times they fight and length of time for wins and draws. Surely if someone takes 5 rounds all the time and wins, he can't be a king compared to the... I guess so. Do you have any other MMA memorabilia? I have a bunch of MMA memorabilia. I have an entire members video on the MMA memorabilia that I have. Yeah. The answer is yes. I'm from South Africa now. It's 4 in the morning. I love your content. I watched the fight again, and Islam won 4 rounds. Give your take. Care to share the story of you getting punched? I don't really have any specific story. I just have been punched before. Like, there's no specific story of getting punched. But, yeah. I don't know. I really don't have any specific story, but I'm sure I have been before. At some point in time. Drew Dober versus Neil Magny. I think Neil Magny might be able to out-grapple him. To be honest. It's tough to say. Oh, God. Why'd you have to remind me of Neil Magny's hairline? I can't even imagine that. What's going on, big guy? What's going on, Style Bender? What's going on, my friend? Drew Dober versus Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis. Is a flamingo your favorite animal? I wouldn't go all that far, but I do like a flamingo. Joey, how long till you overtake Guru? I don't know. I'll aim for next week. We'll see what happens. As Dana White says, we'll see what happens. No disrespect, but yours isn't the best either. Ooh. Yeah, I asked for the Neil Magny hairline. I went in and asked for the Neil Magny hairline. So I'm recreating it. But we know Twizzy doesn't have a good one either. He's very sensitive about the hairline discussion. Joey be banging them flamingo hoes? Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay, Patty. It's crazy that Jones versus Gane is right around the corner. All right, guys, real quick before we go. I know we beat UFC 284 to death, but I did put it in the title, so let's kind of recap it real quick. Islam Makhachev beat Alexander Volkanovski. We already know that, 4-1. He should have been scored the first 4 rounds. The 5th round was for Volkanovski. It's clear as day. We all know that. And people are letting the decision overshadow the fact that it was one of the best fights we've ever seen. Yair absolutely bludgeoned Josh Emmett with kicks and eventually gets a triangle choke. Yair just seems like he's more and more well-rounded. And every time he goes out there and fights. What else? Jack Della Maddalena, Randy Brown. Submission for Jack Della Maddalena as well. Goes out there. Looks like he's getting outranged for a bit. Clips Randy Brown, face plants him, and then gets a rear naked choke. Outside of that, there's nothing to talk about other than Jimmy Crute needs to be cut. Absolutely, Jimmy Crute needs to be cut. Have you ever been to any live UFC shows? Yes. I have been. I've been to UFC 244, Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Alistair Overeem, and I've been to UFC 272. Joey, how many wives do you have? Okay. I don't know what that... No. OBS just disconnected again. What is going on here? And it's showing I have full internet the whole time. If your audio is disheveled, then just close out the app and reopen it back up. Hopefully the audio is fine. Let's see. I can't tell. Yeah. What was mentioned not continuing to throw punches when he had Jimmy hurt? He was exhausted. Does Cody Garbrandt get knocked out again? Maybe. Maybe. It's hard to say. Is everything working fine? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Cody's chin is a massive off button. So I could totally see him getting KO'd brutally. But I think he wins. If one were destined to be a draw, which would you prefer? Usman, Izzy, or Jones fight? I don't know. I'll say Jones, Ciryl Gane. But I don't know. I really don't. Do you think Umar Nurmagomedov will be a champ by the end of 2024? I'll say yes, but I have no idea. Is Jones pound for pound number one if he wins? Yes, 100%. 150% yes. Okay, let's go here. For some reason, my chat's not loading now. I'd get rid of the scoring system and just hold up the name of the winner that did more damage. Problem solved. Fair enough. Do it. But now I think the scoring system's all right. A lot of people complain about it, but I don't think it's horrible. Call corporate, yeah. I don't know why it's always doing that, man. It's annoying. But, all right, guys. I need you guys to do me a favor. If you have not watched my Islam Makhachev video from last night or my prediction for this weekend, please go watch my prediction from this weekend. I want it to get over 1,000 views. If somehow that just shits the bed, it's going to ruin a streak of basically everything I've been throwing out for the past 2 months have gotten over 1,000 views. And I know nobody's super interested in that fight. I released it later in the week just because I was doing other content. So do me a favor, check out those videos. But also, I found this random MMA channel. It's called, I'll just post a link. Go show them some support. Tell them MMA Joey sent you. They got almost 1,000 subs, so they're not extremely small or anything. They're talking about UFC 284. They're talking about the upcoming Blanchfield Andrade fight. I always like to just send. I've been, for the last month, 2 months, I've been sending you guys to other streams. So if you guys can go to this stream and show them some support, tell them MMA Joey sent you. I would greatly appreciate it. I am posting the link in the chat right this very second. Go to the stream and tell them MMA Joey sent you and show them some support. Who knows, you might enjoy the channel. I've never seen it before, but go to the link in the chat. Thank you guys. I would appreciate you guys very much if you go watch those videos I told you about on the channel here. And I will talk to you guys later. Good night. And I'll probably be streaming Friday. I think Friday. Joey trying to get more subs off Good Deed. I'm gonna get more subs sending you guys to somebody who has 10 people watching. I don't understand how it's gonna get me more subs, but okay. Okay, Patty. I'm just trying to show some support. I would have loved someone sending me some support back in the day. there's the link. Go to the link in the chat. I will talk to you guys later. Good night, and talk to you later.